nga sa kakulangan ng oras. At dahil nga sobrang trabaho ninyo, kaya halos wala ng panahon. And mabuti naman and you decided na magkaroon ng ganito. Now, marami yung mga katanungan ng mga tao, pati media, at isa sa kanila ay yung mga kritiko lalo po ninyo, sinasabi nilang, bakit naman itong administrasyon na ito nakapokus yata upang i-silence yung mga kritiko instead na yung mga mas mahalagang bagay ang asikasuhin. Ano po bang masasabi natin dito? You're focusing down more on the silencing your critics.
I have yet to hear, I have yet to sign anything ordering the arrest or the silencing of anybody in this government, especially the critics. The fact that they are doing it every day only goes to show that I am giving them the time of their lives to just talk and talk and talk. Wala naman, it's an invented phrase kasi yung silencing. Pati yung kay Dilima, the entire country knows that. He has a pending case, no bail, he's being detained, and everywhere I go, it seems to be that they were able to place the news in a wrong perspective that Dilima is being detained and she is a prisoner of conscience. But of course, lahat ng Pilipino, to us Filipinos, that's crazy because it's in court, it's being heard, and she had her days of explaining it to the public. Aside from that, wala na. Yun naman kay Trillanes, there are just only two of them. May nakita kasi si Soljan Kalida na mali. Pagka mali is mali. Hindi mo talaga makorek yan. And one of the glaring mistakes of the Aquino administration was to extend an amnesty. But the procedure was totally wrong in the sense that he just issued the proclamation, no particular names. It was a motherhood statement to cover the individual and any of the acts of the mutineers. Ang problema niyan, he designated Gasmin to investigate, and there was a committee. And that committee came up with the resolution to grant amnesty. On that basis, Gasmin wrote to the President that they are recommending amnesty. Correct. Walang problema yan. The problem is, after recommending, at the end of the narration, the narratives there, Gasmin signed the amnesty itself. You know, it is not possible to do that. Why? Because an act of pardon or amnesty is an act of state. It cannot be delegated to anybody but to the person of the President himself. It's not a circular that is being followed by the secretaries or a procedure prescribed by the office of the President. That ain't the case. Yung Presidente mismo, in the Constitution, exclusively grants him the power to pardon and amnesty. Look, why? You know, because the action now taken against him by way of a criminal complaint is a very serious one, rebellion. Had it succeeded, it could have overthrown the government. So that an act of pardon, an act of amnesty is always an act of state which cannot be done by a mere cabinet member. Especially if that cabinet member was the one or was one of those who investigated and made the recommendation and approved the recommendation himself.
In other words, Mr. President, they're saying that the power to grant amnesty and pardon is personal as well as exclusive to the president.
Yes, correct. It's an act of state.
Just like the power to suspend the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus and to declare martial law.
Yes, and to call Congress to a special session. You cannot delegate it to the executive secretary.
In fact, Mr. President, your doctrine, the doctrine that you're initiating now, finds basis in the Supreme Court decision. In the case of Constantino versus Cuisa, GR number 106064, promulgated on October 13, 2005, it says, and I quote, "Nevertheless, there are powers vested in the President by the Constitution, which may not be delegated to or exercised by an agent or alter ego of the President." Justice Laurel, in his Ponencia in Villana case, made this very clear, and the decision quotes, "Withal, at first blush, the argument of ratification may seem plausible under the circumstances. It should be observed that there are certain acts which, by their very nature, cannot be validated by subsequent approval or ratification by the President. There are certain constitutional powers and prerogatives of the chief executive of the nation which must be exercised by him in person, and no amount of approval or ratification will validate the exercise of any of those powers by any other persons. Such, for instance, in his power to suspend the writ of the habeas corpus and proclaim martial law, and the exercise by him of the benign prerogative of mercy." Now, in that decision of Constantino, Justice Art Panganiban made this doctrine. These distinctions hold true to this day. There are certain presidential powers which arise out of exceptional circumstances, and if exercised would involve the suspension of fundamental freedoms, or at least call for the supersedence of executive prerogatives over those exercised by equal branches of the government. The declaration of martial law, the suspension of the writ of habeas corpus, and the exercise of pardoning power, notwithstanding the judicial determination of guilt of the accused, all fall within this special class that demands the exclusive exercise by the President of the constitutionally vested power. The list is by no means exclusive, but there must be a showing that the executive power in question is of similar gravitas and exceptional import. Kaya yung po sinasabi nyo, merong justification. May ruling ang Korte Suprema. Hindi kaya na sinasabi ng mga abogado ng kabila, sabi nila, mali yung sinasabi ng mga abogado ng Presidente sapagkat pwedeng i-delegate yung power to grant amnesty. Maling-mali po sila ron.
Ako ang nagsalita nung una niyan. I'm not saying that I claim exclusivity in the announcement. But I was thinking over the matter coming home. Sabi ko itong mga to, these are the powers that are granted to the President because they are supposed to fall in the category of an action by the state. Yung mga ganon na klase na hindi pwede mong ma-delegate yan. Even if the President is sick, he cannot wait, then you have to wait until he dies or somebody takes over. But you cannot delegate that power to a subordinate, an alter ego, because, I said, it is an exercise of state power.
Meron nga may logic naman yung sinasabi ng Korte Suprema sapagkat yung pong power to declare martial law at saka suspension of the privilege involves the deprivation of freedoms, of rights.
Right.
Doon naman sa pardoning power, nagkaroon na ng determination yung isang branch ng government na guilty yan. Yet, i-overturn ninyo. Kaya tama ho yung sinasabi nila na hindi pa pwedeng i-delegate sa ibang tao.
Nakita mo as serious as a rebellion. Had it succeeded, it could have caused government to overthrow. They could have overthrown government. So that's a very serious thing of pardoning a person who is out to destroy government. So it is by no means just a mere infraction of the law. It is as serious as the existence of the government itself. So when you are called upon to task and to answer for that, and if there's any pardoning or amnesty, may concurrence of Congress na. It could not be Gasmin concurring with Congress. That is what it amounts to. In the first place, there is no special power of attorney or authority or whatever that the President left it to Gasmin to do it all together in one, and to authorize him. To authorize him to investigate, I will concede to that. But the act of granting amnesty with Gasmin and Congress concurring is just above me. I don't know how to reconcile it. Yun ang problema doon.
In other words, Mr. President, even assuming that Trillanes was compliant of the mandatory requirements of applying under oath,
Wala na ako doon.
wala pa rin doon sapagkat lumalabas ngayon na talagang nullity, complete nullity.
I would rise and fall on the proposition that only the President himself physically doing the pardoning and granting the amnesty.
In other words, yung pong rason nyo ay more on legal grounds. Hindi gaya yung sinasabi ng kritiko na political daw yung naging dahilan.
Constitutional mandate. Mabigat yan. So, pag if the Supreme Court would disagree with me, then that is a new development on jurisprudence and I would accept it. Pero ako, at first blush, any lawyer will always agree with me that that is personal and exclusive to the President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Napunta naman po natin yung mga agam-agam ng taong bayan. Palaging, like yung critic nyo si Joe Masison, sinasabing kayo raw ay may sakit. Ano po bang masasabi nyo tungkol sa inyong kalusugan para marinig ng taong bayan ang inyong kasagutan dito?
Alam mo, si Sison, pati itong Magdalo, pati itong mga ayaw sa akin, yung talagang hindi tumanggap sa akin ever since the election. They have combined. And we have the evidence. And we have the conversation provided by a foreign country, sympathetic to us. We do not have that sophistication, but meron, and the connection will be shown maybe any day now. I ask that it be declassified at ipakita nila sa lahat. Nahihigop lahat eh. Alam nila yan. Nahihigop lahat. So they were in constant communication.
So sa punto po ng kalusugan talagang malusog na malusog kayo, gaya ng nakikita ngayon ng taong bayan. Now, pagdating naman po dun sa binabanggit nyong Joe Masison, meron kayong binanggit po kasi na parang merong sabwatan o conspiracy doon sa tatlong grupo.
They are. It might be a loose conspiracy, but they are into it. Sabay-sabay sila. Ang sinasabi ko lang sa sundalo sa Republika ng Pilipinas, just be careful. Just be careful na yung pagsagwatan ninyo dyan sa Magdalo. Because Magdalo is not all in agreement yung membership to destabilize or overthrow the government. Ako naman, I have stated my clear stand on the matter. If the armed forces think that I am not competent, that I am not qualified to be sitting here as president, I have discussed this matter with them in a command conference. Bahala kayo. Inyo. If you want another president, fine. I will not allow you to fight your own soldiers. Kasi ako ang may walang tao diyan. Yung police pati militar, isa lang yan. So I would not allow my soldiers to kill another soldier or a policeman shooting another soldier. Kalokohan yan. Kung kayong mga sundalo, tignan ninyo, maniwala kay Trillanes, nabigyan kayo ng pangangailangan ninyo at yung hinihingi ninyo dumating sa inyo, Go with them. I urge you to go to Trillanes. Yung kayong may nakita at nakita ninyong may ginawa si Trillanes para sa inyo, go to them. On stage a mutiny or revolution or whatever. You are free to do that. As a matter of fact, I am encouraging you. Para tapos na. Trillanes, anong ginawa mo? Nagkalat ka, you committed, you rokos there sa Makati, nakulong ka, minumura mo lahat gobyerno, ngayon pinardon ka ni Pinoy, nandiyan ka na sa gobyerno, anong ginawa mo? Anong ginawa mo ba si Kunti na nakatulong sa sundalo? Ay sabi ko nga sa Marawi, bakbaka na namatay na yung mga sundalo, pati yung mga pulis. Did I ever had the occasion to see you there? Wala nga kayo. Simpatiya lang yung inyo, yung fraternity, magdalo. But you never really cared for the poor soldier. Wala kayong. Ako, binigyan ko lahat ng firearms. Kasi wala nang fixed bayonet nga. Lahat ng sundalo, binigyan ko. Kasi in-isparo ito, I'm giving you a fighting chance. And when I said I doubled the salary, I doubled it long before Marawi. It was a campaign promise. And I complied. Pero kung tingnan ninyo, mga sundalo, na mas mabuti si Trillanes pati si Aquino, please, kindly go to them and stage whatever you want to do. Pakita mo sa buong Pilipinas na kaya ninyo.
Now, Mr. President,
I am challenging magdalo to start now. Sigurado ninyo na inyo ang sundalo, fine. Kung kayong mga general ng gusto, sige. Pakita natin sa Pilipino kung anong gusto ninyo.
palagay ko po, maliwanag naman yung hamon sa kanila. Nakaugnay naman po doon sa mga rebelding komunista. Meron pumungkahe na since mukhang hindi naman naniniwala na sila doon sa national leadership ng komunista, sa grupo ni Joe Maciso, meron pumungkahe na kung pwede raw bang ang local executives na ang makipag-dialogue sa
Hindi,
mga komunista?
At the end of the day, wala mang resources on itong mga DSWD, lahat yan sila. But more importantly, the major players there would be the local officials. Sila yung malapit sa tao. Eventually, the leadership will wilt. Lalaya yan. Wala na kasi sila. There is no such thing as an ideology na komunista. Yung number one na Russia, doon Bolshevik, pati yung mga bright ng komunista, discredited. China, wala na. It's a capitalist country. Ano ba naman gusto nitong mga NPA dito? Except to kill. And they are complaining of human rights violation. But every day throughout the country, they're killing barangay captains, those sympathetic with the government. Pati sundalo, these are violations of, they are terrorists. Na sabihin mo, let's try to count body bags. Hindi nakalahati sa pinatay nila sa mga sundalo noon pa. Sison should face a trial sa talagang pagnahuli. He is a terrorist, and as a terrorist, wala nang, I do not see any leeway or enough elbow room for him to move around.
Now, Ginoong Pangulo, daling ko naman po kayo sa sitwasyon sa Mindanao. Meron pong martial law doon. Ang tanong po ng maraming kritiko, yung bang deklarasyon ng martial law ay tumugon sa mga issues that brought about by the Muslim rebellion? Nakakatulong ba ito?
It has lessened criminality by and large. And the only way to do that is to conduct a survey amongst the people of Mindanao. The political leaders, they can call them, may mga number man yung mga estasyon, maybe they can have conduct an interview. Or they can always ask their networks there to do the survey. Tingnan natin. Wala man akong problema, Sal. I mean, we can thrive on a war zone. We can survive on a controlled condition. Para sa akin, wala yan. Ngayon, it was the military because of the uprising sa Marawi. Marami namang namatay doon. Kaya that was the day that I was in Moscow negotiating to purchase more arms. But it was good that I was able to talk to President Putin last minute near the airport. It was somewhere in Georgia, and he called me that if I can wait for about 6 hours, he would be in Moscow. And just before I took off, I was given a chance, almost 1 hour. Ako, si Defense Secretary Lorenzana, pati si Cayetano, pati si Bong. Nag-usap kaming tatlo at sinabi, bibigay siya ng armas, libre, gratis. Basta against terrorism. Tanga. Kaya it came late because yung orders natin sa arms sa Amerika na stymie because a congressman and a senator spoke against it. Ngayon, yung last order natin ng Glock pistols, I was informed by Trust Trade na pumayag na raw because yung dalawang senador pumirma na daw. I did not know that in America, a senator, a legislator can take part in the functions of the executive department. Legislation na talaga sila. But if you need a clearance to buy, that's something new to us actually. Yung ating sinusunod na constitution, which is very similar to their constitution. The fact that maybe they signed something to finalize the purchase. Ako naman din na ako interesado. Kasi medyo halos nabigyan ko na lahat sundalo. Few were taken from the soldiers violently, yung pinatay by mga Sparrow, the assassination. But by and large, it could give them the confidence of going around with the gun. Alam mo, ang army kasi walang baril. Walang sidearm. So they go out naked. And I did not like it. Kasi pinagpapatay yung mga sundalo ko parang aso. So sabi ko, this cannot go on. You have to go out, just watch for the Sparrow at the back, but use it to kill if you have to kill them.
Now, Mr. President, may mga nakausap akong mga negosyante, mamamayan sa Marawi, Mindanao. At sinasabi po nila na mas kalmado sila ngayon na mayroong batas militar sa aire kesa noon. Ang tanong ko po, to your personal knowledge, meron na po bang mga reklamo laban sa abuso ng militar?
Not, I don't know. Yung mga checkpoint, but those are my orders. Na yung plain view, but if you are a suspect, you have to go down. Yung ordinaryong mamamayan ng daan, hindi naman kailang kalkalin mo lahat eh. But those who are suspected of transporting or traveling, escape, or are in the wanted list of the government, they have to go down. And that is my order, and I take full responsibility of it. Otherwise, walang ipin itong Marcelo.
Yung pong sa Marawi, nasupil natin yung ISIS noon, terrorist group na yon. Pero kung meron hubang pagkakataon na umatake na naman sila, gaano kahanda ang pamahalaan upang sumpuin ito?
Well, we are not without limits actually, Sal. We cannot guard even the longest coastline. Coastline yan per island kung bilangin mo yan. So the Philippines is very porous. From the Pacific or from the Sulu Sea down to China Sea, tapos paikot dito sa Taiwan. It's really a vulnerable alley there. It's a corridor where they can, yung Siabo, pati yung armas. My only lament there is that there was this importer who ordered EMS AK-74. That is a 5.56. You can use the NATO, ang sabi nila Armalite, 5.56, in the hands of plenty of AK-74s. And it added power to the communist. I would like to see this person prosecuted, not only for aiding the enemy, giving assistance, but it's an outright conspiracy.
Now, yung pong Bangsamoro Basic Law, matagal na ito'y pinaglaban ng mga advocates dito at ito'y natuloy na napirmahan nyo. Ang tanong po ba, ito po ba ay makakabigay talaga ng solusyon? Sapagkat sinasabi ng mga ibang kritiko at mga taga-roon din, na ito hindi magbibigay solusyon. Anong palagay nyo rito?
Well, it will not satisfy all Mindanaoans, and for those who are fighting, which correctly declaim as historical injustice, which is really true. They were the first Adam and Eve there. Problem is, this Bangsamoro law must pass, because if not, it would again create trouble there. It could be an irritation, it could be anger, it could be a way of just terminating all peace talks and going to war. Marami tayo doon. We have the original insurgents, revolutionaries of the Moro in Mindanao, which is purely territorial. Yung nawala ng lupa nila with the inroads and coming of civilization in Mindanao. Now, yun ang isa. The other is the insurgents who have become true blue, full-blooded revolutionaries. This time, it is not a question of territory anymore. It's a question of an Islamic world. Yan ang mahirap. And until now, they are massing nung nakaalis na. They are being pounded heavily in the Middle East. And they are looking for another headquarters. It could not be in Indonesia because fundamentally, puro man sila there could be some skirmishes. It could not be Indonesia, Malaysia, kasi puro Muslim yan sila, and Brunei. The ideal area would really be Mindanao. There's a mixed crowd there. I think the Christians are predominant in number. So, if you want to kill infidels, as they proudly claim, an infidel is one who is not a Muslim. I hope that they would not, insist on that bankrupt and hollow ideology, because it could be a reason for a communal war, a bloodbath.
Mr. President, meron pong mga lehitimong concern yung mga nasasakop ng Bangsamoro Basic Law. Gaya nila Norm Iswari, si Governor Sakurtan, sinasabi po nila na ayaw nilang masakop doon sa grupo ng nasasakupan ng batas na yon. Ano pong magiging solusyon ng ating Pangulo?
There are areas of claimed by the Bangsamoro unincorporated in the law. For example, ang Basilan. Then you have Lanao. But Lanao, they're not is also included. Simply, Governor de Mapuro does not want it. He wants just the present situation to continue. So, there's a stalemate there. And of course, Miswari, until now, has really hung on to his horses. So, he's just waiting for the most opportune time to talk to me, and if not possible, then he can have his options. Hindi ko mapigilan. But in the meantime, I am talking with Ms. Wari. And because he's a man of his word, medyo kumpante pa ako ngayon. But there is always a time for reckoning. And they cannot wait forever. So somehow, someday, something has got to give. So that is how Mindanao is. Now, if we can talk to reason to prevail over everybody, it would be something like we will just all agree, and if it's acceptable to the others, we will create the Bangsamoro country and incorporate it in the Constitution as an autonomous region, maybe just like Hong Kong, China. Give it more leeway, and of course, the number one, alam mo, sa totoo lang, sino ba yung nagsabi legalize gambling? Mura ang bigas galing Sabah. Actually, kung hayaan mo lang ang ating authorities dyan, kung ang mga taga-Basilan lang, Hulo, Zamboanga magbili ng bigas, sobra-sobra ang bigas kasi mura. So that's one option which I would like to talk about, not really to agree to it entirely, but talk about Sunny Dominguez, Pernia, and I don't know kung nandito si DTI, na kung magbili sila ng bigas doon, if they are allowed, walang problema sa gutom. Talagang mamura ang bigas doon. But wala tayong, we don't get anything there. I-barter nila, whatever it is, what arrangement, we'll just have to control the rice dyan sa mga Moro. Baka sabihin nila ginugutom sila. And the Christians who cannot really afford the rice. So there are really many options. Maybe just give me about, total nandyan na yung setup. I'll just set up the barter trade again. And up to Pulo or Siyasi, depending on kung papayag ang mga the finance people. Hindi tayo gawin ka-desperado kung if we allow the Moro. Ako kung talagang walang supply na totoo, but we have about 4.8 million metric tons. So, paano tayo magkaroon ng mayroon pang dadating na in-import? Yung iba, nandyan lang talaga sa bodega. Ang sinabi ko naman sa mga trader, seems to be, ayaw kong but left with no choice, and the lack of rice is artificial. The shortage is caused by man-made manipulation. I would not hesitate to. Kasi may bigas import man naman tayo, import. Hindi naman tayo naghinto hanggang ngayon. And more are coming. So why sabihin mo na nawala yung bigas? Eh, kung tignan mo yan, it's in the warehouses.
So ano pong ginagawa ng pamahalaan tungkol dito? Dahil sinasabi natin walang rice shortage, and yet wala silang mabili sa mga lugar.
Yan nga sabi ko, yung iba kinokontrol, they are back into it again. The bad practice of manipulation to make money at the expense of your countrymen. Yan ang ayaw ko. Kaya I do not want to exercise extraordinary powers there. You haven't seen me. Sino bang kinulong ko dito? Sino bang... Well, I threaten those who refuse to pay. Sabi na, diktador, in what way? Show me. Aside from yung campaign ko against drugs, kung yun ang basis ninyo, then I'm sorry, it will continue. Because if I renege now in my campaign against drugs, which is worldwide expansion sa lahat na, ang drugs natin is not controlled by the Philippines anymore. Bamboo Triad. Sila yung humahawak yan. That's why wala nang laboratories dito. Alam nila papatayin talaga sila. Alam nila papatayin ko talaga sila. So they rely on yung tinatapon tapos lagyan ng GPS. Kasi yung dito, talagang yayariin ko sila. Wag na ako magtago-tago. If you destroy my country, I will destroy you. If you destroy our daughters and our sons, I will also destroy you. Yun lang. I will just return the favor.
Mr. President, yung binanggit niyo po sa rice shortage, ibabalik ko lang ng konti. Meron kayong binanggit na kailangang i-raid yung mga warehouses at baka maraming nagtatago doon. Ano po bang latest ito? Have you ordered the raiding of these warehouses para malaman natin kung sino mga orders?
Jason Aquino has requested that he be relieved already. And
Relief
he
from?
said that he's tired and he cannot cope up with the laro dyan sa inside, which is always ordinary happening in government because we cannot be in agreement all the time. I will scout for a new one, and the only way is to import more. Mag-buffer ako. Ang sinabi ko noon, ang buffer ko, I need about 60 days of buffer. Ngayon, kung makakulang, I would simply open up Sabah. Ay, pag Sabah, pagbili tayo, sabi ngayon, I think it was Pino said that you would allow smuggling. Doon, yun pala ang ibig niya sabihin. Akala kong outright smuggling na anywhere. Sabi ko, we can always make arrangements. I can only say, you're allowed to buy your daily consumption plus 7 days, plus 30 days, 365 a year, computed per family. Oh, you can import this much. Control lang. Sabihin mo, walang bigas? O sige. Doon, tag 16, 18. O, di bilihin ninyo. Bakit ko isakripisyo ang Pilipino dahil lang sa taxes kung wala namang kinakain?
Mr. President, meron po ba tayong programa kaugnay doon sa... Kasi, ang pagkakala ko, kahit nung bata pa ako yung mga taga-ibang bansa, nagpunta rito, nag-aral kung paano papalaguin ang pagtanim ng palay. At sila, nung bumalik sa kanila, tayo na bumibili sa kanila. In other words, parang may problema tayo ng pag nag-produce ng palay dito sa ating bansa. Do we have any program to improve on this?
Yes, in some places, we're doing it. Mayroon tayo dito ng mga new crops of quality. Ang problema talaga dito, weather. Also, you must reckon with, there's another one coming, by the way. It will hit you by next day, so better prepare to just take a break and lie down. Ganito kasi ang history. Gusto kong malaman ng Pilipina. Right after the war po, everybody was scrambling to rebuild their countries, their nations. We were second to Japan, they say. And they keep on hammering it until we became third, fourth, fifth. You know, somebody must understand, at the very least, that may binigay ang Panginoong Diyos sa ibang tao na hindi binibigay sa atin. And what is that? So, where everybody was rebuilding their nations, they also worked on the resources, natural oil. Indonesia struck oil, Malaysia struck oil. Brunei has plenty of it. The Philippines had none. So, yung langis, kita mo na pag-import ng langis, taas ang presyo ng gulay, taas ang presyo ng pagkain, taas ang presyo ng pamasahe. Kasi nga, yung may mga ibang bansa na binigyan ng Panginoong Diyos ng oil, which would, it's about 2/3 of our movement. Lahat makita mo sa lahat dito, puro oil yan. You cannot, hindi mo ma-start yung machinery mo to build those kind of mga ganon. Itong lamesa, pati itong baso, without an equipment or a machine.
Na kailangan ng
Ang
oil.
makina niyan, anong ipinapaandar? The oil. Just like yung sakyanan, wala man tayo niyan. We do not have in abundance the supply of oil. We had to buy it. And we are always at the mercy of the international play of oil. And, hindi mo ka man narinig sa Indonesia, nagkaroon sila ng crisis doon. Because may oil sila. Yan ang hindi binigay ng Panginoong Diyos sa atin. Pero, hindi yan ang explanation. But one of the things kung bakit ganito tayo. Kaya kung may oil lang tayo, di na tayo mag-import, magamit tayo ng oil natin, so it constitutes about how much pamasahe, pagkain. Ang second dyan is I am ordering the police and the military to dismantle all checkpoints. Lalo na ang military to enforce kasi sa bukid sila. Kasi may mga DNR, of course, with due respect to yung mga NFA, yung mga way, yan dyan ang nakawan eh. Diyan yung magbigayan, tapos added to the cost of it. Pagdating dito, mahal na. If I can just have my way, na if I can travel tapos all the way to the Lantern to Bluson, tignan ko lang kung ano pa. Sinakasabi ko, hayaan mo na, you fight the communist on the side. Kung wala ka namang makitang sundalo dyan sa highway, bakit ka you do these skirmishes outside kasi it would affect the economic life of the country. Pag handyan pa yung mga Bureau of Fisheries, lahat yan, pati yung NFA. Kaya recently I ordered the relief of all dito sa Nueva Ecija. And pinakausap ko yung mga tao, Pilipino, Filipino people, just to report it, and I will, nandyan yung 888 eh. Ano mo lang, ilagay mo lang kung saan, lagyan mo ng pangalan, pag hindi, report mo lang, and I will call the police maybe there, or the appropriate agency to do something about it.
Now, Mr. President, ang pangunahing suliranin ngayon ng ating mga kababayan ay yung pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin. Talagang isang malaking dagok sa kanila yun. Sabi niyo po kanina, tayo walang langis dito, kaya napupwersa tayong magangkat. Tumaas po ang presyo ng langis, kaya nagkaroon ng reaksyon. Ang tanong po ng mga kababayan natin, ano po bang pwedeng gawin ng pamahalaan, maliban pa doon sa binanggit niyo kanina?
Well, sabi ng mga economic managers natin, all throughout the year, except August, we were hitting 6+. 4+ lang on the average. Now, I am not denying because everybody in this planet Earth is suffering. We have our own problems. We cannot escape that kind of thing about prices. It has not lowered any notch. Pataas ng pataas talaga yan. Pataas ng pataas.
Taas ng inflation rate.
At saka yung inflation rate medyo mataas. Now, as I said, the economic managers are working on it. We're having a conference, a cabinet meeting right after this. Then I'll have the chance also to ask questions. Yun lang ang maibi ko. Kaya nga yung Supreme Court ruling ngayon na ibinasura yung application ni Trillanes for a restraining order, hindi ko pa nga nabasa eh. But I just pointed out to you one outstanding feature which I think will spell the difference between who is right and who is wrong. And that is, wala na yung aking sa application and narration of guilt, except that even if it's perfect, si Gasmin, si Borges, kaibigan ko pa naman, Sir, this is not personal. I consider you a very good friend. Siya yung ng komisyon, nag-constitute ng komisyon. Tapos they investigated, then they recommended for amnesty, all. Tapos pati siya, he recommended to the President any cover letter, and then he signed it. He was actually protecting Aquino. And all the time sa lahat ng they were protecting Aquino.
Now, Mr. President, ibalik ko po kayo dun sa rising prices. Is it reasonable to assume and to assure the public na dahil may ginagawa naman tayo, na pansamantala lamang itong paghihirap nila?
Yes, I said, maybe they would view it as an act of desperation. But it's not, because the shortages are always there. The economic life of a country cannot be all beds of roses. So, marami akong option. Hindi wala namang hito yung importation natin. But if worse comes to worse, I will open Sabah. Ayan talaga, free for all na. Busog lahat. Mura. Ngayon, kung ipagbili mo dito yan sa labas ng areas of Tawi-Tawi and Olo, malulugi na tayo. Pero ngayon, ang gusto ko, which I have been advocating day one, sabi ko yung tarification. Alisin na lang yan, free for all, anybody can import. That is why I'm going for somebody, may hinintay lang ako na tao. I think they will be retiring something. I want this guy because he's honest and I believe in him. And he does not do anything bullshit. So, ilagay ko yan dyan. And, yun. All he has to do is to execute is just to implement the orders of the economic manager. I may recommend to Congress the abolition of the National Food Council. It has not done any purpose and it's not good. It only hinders the operation. Kasi it should be just handled by one man with the best interest of the nation in his head. You need not have 4 or 5. Isang tao lang. Gusto ko, kung negosyante. Even if he's Chinese, if he's adept to that kind of job, then he can have it. Pero may hinintay lang ako because I want also they would be retiring in succession in the coming days. I can choose and utilize the others also.
Now, Mr. President, may I call your attention to your crusade against drugs? Despite your passion and dedication to dismantle the drug menace in this country, sabi nyo nga, talagang walang tigil ang pagpasok. Ang tanong po ano bang pwedeng asahan ng gobyerno o ng tao kaugnay sa programa natin laban sa droga? Meron po ba tayong masasabing malapit na o talagang matagalan to hanggang matapos ang termino ninyo?
Look, drugs, just like in America, historical yan. If America, the most powerful country in the world with all the equipments and gadgets, they're ready to raise their hands up. They cannot even control sa inyong lusa, just in the border. Tayo pa, we are guarding the high seas, and how do you count the many ships that you have? So it's really a hard fight. But because it is the lure of the money, the greed, they will continue. But just to tell you, somehow, ang law and order dito, lalo na yung sa petty, the crimes on the streets is naglesen. As long as sunod lang yung pulis, walang tambay, wala na yung sabi na bahala na yung korte magsabi illegal. Basta sabihin lang, if you have no business there, do not drink in the sidewalks because that is. And if you're just standing there drinking or sitting down or squatting, I will kick your ass. Yan. Tapos yung mga bata because they are the couriers. It just lessen the criminality in the streets of Manila and other places.
Pagdating naman po doon sa ang palaging nangangalandakan ng mga sinatawag na human rights groups, na yung mga pulis natin ay inaabuso ang kanilang kapangyarihan sa paglaban sa droga. Ano po bang pwede nating sabihin sa kanila?
Mayroon dito mga pulis na sa droga talaga. Yan ang problema. And that is really the headache also of Albayalde. So, sinabi ko naman na pag nandiyan ka sa droga, ikaw yung mauna. And true enough, we're doing it. Hindi ko lang masabi. But pagkatapos nito, sabihin ko kung sino. PDEA, mayroon rin. The head of an agency somewhere in the south of Manila. So where are they now? So they're dead. Sinabi ko sa inyo, huwag. Huwag na lang tayo magbulahan. Kasi yung report na dumadating sa akin, galing man din sa inyo. But we would know, ang una talaga is the lifestyle. Hindi makahintay. Kapitan ka, then suddenly you have a big house, a subdivision, 3 cars. Like Trillanes. Maraming bahay, sekreto lang, maraming. And ang problema kay Trillanes is that he is crucifying Bongo for entering into business with government. And there was a time in the Navy's history. Kayong mga sundalo, bilib mo kayo ng Trillanes, di punta na kayo doon. Ang tatay niya nasa serbisyo pa. Siya nasa serbisyo na, sundalo na siya. Ang transaction yung karamihang supply sa Navy, ang nanay niya. Kung ayaw niyo maniwala, tanungin niyo yung Navy. Na kung yan ang mga gusto ninyo na leader, I said, go Tono Trillanes. If that is the kind of soldiers na gusto ninyo, sumampa na kayo doon. Kasi kung lahat kayo ganon, I will not sacrifice to serve the country na mayroon akong sundalo na ganon.
Now, Mr. President, in relation to your fight against corruption, some time ago you expressed not apprehension, but exasperation na parang yung korupsyon hindi matigil-tigil. Marami na kayong tinanggal sa miyembro pa ng kabinete na malapit sa inyo. Tinanggal nyo na kahit mga kamag-anak, mga fraternity brats. Pero parang hindi pa sawata ang agos ng korupsyon. Ang tanong po ano kaya ang nagbibigay hadlang upang maging matagumpay ang iyong laban sa korupsyon? What constraints?
Well, the only way is nandito na ako. Maybe I have reached the limit also of my persona. Hindi popularity. May persona hanggang dyan lang ako. So, yan ang masasabi ko nga. Itong noon, yung sa last command conference, I already had a copy doon sa AFP, ospital ng mga sundalo. Tapos binibigyan ko yan ng 50 million each. Ang AFP pa yung bilo na, 2 ospital yan para lang dyan sa medisina. At ang PGH, binigyan ko ng 100 million. That was the eternal complaint of the doctors there. Sabi ko, would 100 million suffice? Ang sabi nila, ano yan, Mayor? Taunan? Sabi ko, no. Siguro ang taunan was 36 million. Sabi ko, every month, para lahat na makatao makatikim ng gamot. Every month, tinawagan ko ang PAGCOR. Lahat ng kikita niya i-boss niya dyan. Ang AFP, binigyan ko ng 50 para sa mga retired. Yung 2 ospital nila, tag 50-50 para doon sa nag-retire, yung medication. Right after Marawi, I released 500 million for intervention lang sa mga sugat nila, prosthetics.
Mr. President,
Ngayon, kung sabihin ninyo wala akong ginawa, ano ang kasalanan ko? Kasalanan ko si Trillanes, magsimpatiya kayo? Eh kung ganun kayo klase, doon kayo. Doon kayo. Sinabi ko naman sa inyo, just tell me. The major commanders can come here and we'll have coffee. And I'll say, sige. Inyo na. Gusto ninyo, inyo na. Then let us see how you do it.
kaugnay po, Mr. President, ang sinasabi niyong mga ginawa niyong pagbibigay ng benefits sa armed forces. Meron po bang programa ang pamahalaan doon po sa mga special children, handicap? Kasi nakikita ko walang facility rito para doon sa mga ganitong uri ng tao sa ating bayan. Meron po ba tayong programa tungkol doon?
Meron, sabi ko, PGH. They have 100 million a month. You can just imagine. Maubos kaya nila yan? Kung maubos nila, di lahat puro medisina sa tao, hindi maligaya ako. Until I'll add more.
I'm referring, Mr. President, doon po sa kabuuan ng Pilipinas.
Oh.
Kung bawat probinsya meron tayo.
We have that. And I said, yung gusto ko yung prosthetics, yung titanium. Magaan. Hindi yung parang plastic. Wala na yan. Ayaw ko na yun. Kaya nagalit nga ako minsan yung kakabulsit ko lang itong sanaya. Yung inalis ko lahat yung mga tao doon. Dito na naman yung report ng medisina ng sundalo na ghost delivery. Wala, basta bayad lang pero walang dumating ng medisina. Ngayon kung yan ang magmalasakit si Trillanes ayon ng ganun, doon kayo. Never mind me, I can survive. You can kill me, you can oust me. Sige. Pakita ninyo sa taong Pilipino na mas marunong kayo. Kay Trillanes, alam ninyo, si simpatya ka dyan. Ang inisip niya, sarili niya. Noong panahon ni Aquino, nandyan na siya. Anong ginawa niya? He traveled to China 9 times. Yan nga ang ni Paildon. On his last visit, we lost the Scarborough Shore. Kinabukasan. Ako naabutan ko ganun lang. Ayaw ko makipagira kasi ang unang mamatay kayo na walang laban. Kaya ako, lang muna. Istorya. Sabihin niyo, galit kayo, wala akong ginawa. O ngayon, kung magsabi ako, sige, punta tayo. Kasi puro matay, galit lahat. Ilang mababiyuda dito? Kaya kayo pabilib dyan sa just because military, mista. Alam mo, ang gumastos dyan, hindi mga mista ninyo, gumastos dyan, Pilipino. Magsimpatya kayo. Hindi na kayo nahiya.
Mr. President, yung relasyon natin sa China, kamakailan meron silang mga pahayag na mga medyo hack. Ayaw nilang yung mga aeroplano natin lumilipad doon sa
Okay,
sa kanila.
nag-away kami. We had a little bit of hindi naman animosity. Kasi yung Navy, palapit doon, parang sinisigawan na, you Filipinos, you get that, you will be causing trouble. Samantalang, kaibigan tayo. Sa pakiusapan, total may claim tayo dyan. They know they are, in the eyes of the world, atin yan, hindi kanila. So the least that we can do, since I cannot make a move to remove them forcibly because it'll end up in a war which we will be losing, wala talaga. Nag-ano lang ako muna. Kasi magsabi kay maniwala kay intriga niyang China, say. O sige, ngayon, kung magsabi ako, go tayo, mabubuhay kaya kayo? It will result in a slaughter. Pinag-isipan namin yan. Hindi lang ako, ang military sa cabinet ko. Baka sabihin ninyo, akin-akin lang yan.
Mr. President, iwanan natin ang China sandali. Puntahan po natin
Papunta sa
yung
Alaska.
traffic. Yung traffic kasi, yun ang problema, malaking problema. Meron ba tayong programa para maibsan na
Look.
ang hirap?
Ang EDSA, right at the beginning, we raised the possibility of being granted emergency powers. Okay. Yun talaga. You cannot improve on things without money nowadays. That is accepted. Kada galaw mo, pera. Now, you want me to install some measures that would mitigate us at the very least. Paglabas lang, ang unang lumabas sa newspaper, instead of baka tawagin kami or they would have a dialogue kung anong gawin ninyo sa emergency powers, how much are you going to borrow, and what is the purpose of this and that. Ang narinig ko, hindi, malaki ito, para this is prone to corruption. Sabi ko, wag na. Kung ganun lang naman ang tingin ninyo sa akin, di wag na tayong maghiram. Do not give me powers anymore. Just leave EDSA as it is. Ayan. Yun ang promise ko nga, EDSA, that I will, ano ang gagamitin ko dyan? Laway ko? Pero kung marinig mo na sana, hindi, malaki ito, corruption lang ito. Kung wala kayong tiwala sa akin, hindi, wag na. Ako na ngayon ang tumanggi. Ayaw ko na.
From EDSA, punta natin ang Boracay. Matagumpay ho ba ang rehabilitation ng Boracay at talaga bang bubuksan na ito?
I don't know. I will wait for the recommendation of the speculation that there will be a soft opening or something like that. But I leave it to Anyo, si Mato, and sino itong sa tourism, si Berna. Sila na mga mag-usap niyan. So, bahala na sila. They can vote on it. There are 3 of them voting. Voting to for the opening, fine.
Ayun po, Mr. President, yung sa natural resources, yung sa mining natin, ano po bang you
I
express?
have mining kasi. May pera rin yan para sa gobyerno. But one of these days, I would like to maybe ask everybody to take a ride. And you can see the lot of parang tansan sa bukid. Puro butas. Naawa ako sa bayan ko. Totoo lang. Kailangan natin ng pera. Pero kung maglipad ka ng Mindanao, especially sa Eastern, yung butas yung parang tapoy ng coke, kikita mo sa taas brown. Tapos yung siltation na hulog doon sa dagat. So it killed the marine life. Hanggang doon sa inabot ng siltation.
Huling katanungan na lang po, Mr. President.
Wag muna.
Okay, meron pa po isang katanungan. Dito sa
May pinasang papel dyan. Oh.
tigilan ko na raw eh. At meron pa cabinet meeting. Anyway,
Payag ka rin utusan kanila.
meron po akong katanungan na ito'y naririnig natin sa mga taong key players o gustong maging key player, hindi makapasok. Yung problema raw natin sa telecommunications, there appears to be a monopoly ng dalawang giant corporations. And according to this gustong pumasok, ito daw pong ating NTC, nag-i-impose ng maraming kondisyon na umaatras sila. Para bang ayaw nilang kayo maging matagumpay sa pagpasok ng third player. Ano po ba ang masasabi nyo?
Sabi nga, December, I will maybe late early November, pag wala pa, I'll take over. Ilagay ko yan sa Office of President. And I will invite all dito, negosyante, and I will decide in front of them kung sino. Dito, I will give me your position papers. I'll read it. Give me about 30 minutes. Then I'll come back and will tell them now. I will decide. Yun na. At ibigay na yung linya. Ngan ayaw lang ibigay yung linya, sabi ko, kunin mo. Get it. I'll expropriate it. I'll pay you. But you wait until kingdom come. Total, originally, libre man yan. Bakit nagkaroon na ng mga costing? You bear the cost and you bear the burden.
Ano pong status, Mr. President, ng federalismo natin ngayon?
Ganyan, teka muna, kasi yan ang problema talaga sa gobyerno. Kaya sa gobyerno, pag talagang papatayin ka. You know, I've been waiting for that decision, critical decision, until now. Wala. Di expropriate ko na lang. Sabi may ginasto sila, hindi ako magbayad. Why should I pay? It was given free. I was told. So why did you have to sell it to somebody and sell it again? What do you...
How soon can we resolve this problem?
I will resolve it by the late October and early October, November. By Christmas, alam na ng mga tao na sino yung third player. Hindi masyado rin ako because I'm worried about itong lowest bid, hausiyaw. I will select yung pinakamagandang record na walang breakdown. So what? Why should I buy the cheapest when gano'n lowest bid? Puro katarantaduhan yan. Maya-maya natutunaw na yung kurente. Ay, let's say, wag na lang. I will choose the best. Yung pinakamahal, the best track record in the business. Ayaw ko yung lowest bid. Gusto ko kuha ka, sabi ko dito. O sige, you decide for me. I will wait for your decision. Wala ako dyan tiwala sa kanon. Lowest bid, it always ends up in a disaster.
Daling ko naman po kayo doon, pumasok tayo sa trend, yung trend law. Meron nagsasabi na isa ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng problema ang ating ekonomiya. Meron nagmumungkahi na kung pwede, huwag mo nang i-implement. What are your thoughts about this?
Dapat malaman ng taong bayan that the only source of income, kumbaga ako yung Pilipinong, bayang Pilipino, ang source ng bulsa ko, kung saan ako, sa taxes. Yung buwis na kinokolekta ko. Hindi ako pwede dito sa central bank, utosan ko na mag-imprinta lang hanggang 1 milyong sakong pera. Because tayo, kung ano ang kayamanan ko, kung ako sabihin, ako ay may 1 hektarya lang, puno ng durian, tapos puno ng mangustin, pagkatapos at the end of the day, yan lang ang kikitain ko. Samantala, yung iba, may 100 hectares, puno lahat, nandyan na lahat, mas makikita. So, mas mayaman siya kaysa atin. So, yung aking income ko, pati income niya, kasi mas marami siyang napabili, mas maraming eroplano, barko, wala man tayo. Yung telepono nga, kailangan pa na sa labas. Hindi, gastos ng gastos, wala naman tayong kinikita. Kasi ang pera natin yan lang. O yan. Ngayon, yung ekonomiya mo is, ilang pera ang maimprinta mo. Ang pera ang maimprinta mo, kung ang negosyo ko, 50,000 lang. Ang yan ang value ng economy ko. So, itatali ko dyan sa 50,000 lang ang Ngayon yung iba, Amerika, tag 500 hectares, punong-puro sila. So, mas marami silang maimprinta. Good for 500 million. Ganoon lang ang simple pagtingin ko. Ang ang balor mo, ilang Pilipino may trabaho? Ilang mga Pilipinong walang trabaho? Ilang Pilipinong may kumikita? Ilang eroplano ang napabili natin? Ilang barko ang nagawa natin? Ilang factories ba dito? At ilang Pilipino talaga ba may sweldo lahat? Pagka gano'n na may sweldo, may factory marami, mayaman tayo. Napapabili tayo. Tayo sige lang bili sa labas. Kukunti pa lang ngayon ang export natin. Kaya tayo na tumatawag ng mga investors. Dito kayo magnegosyo para ang tao may trabaho. At yung finished product, i-export. Sila yung may-ari, pero tayo may cut dyan. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng ekonomiya natin. Simpleng pagkasabi lang. Ngayon wala masyado tayo. Nandiyan pa yung KMU, sige strike. Strike nila, di magsara. Sinong magutom? Pilipino. Kasi kayo nagpapadala ng... Ayaw ninyong humintay kasi alam ninyo walang pera. Walang negosyante ngayon magpapasok na after 3 months mag-strike kayo, malugi yung kapital niya. Kaya yung mga tao na yan, nagsibatan. Kasi sa China, walang strike. Wala lahat. Trabaho lang. Dito, marami, yung mga left, sinakyan ng mga komunista, hindi ninyo alam, kita mo dyan sa daan, ano ang purpose niya? Pangsira. Ayaw magtrabaho. Gusto magsali ng strike. Adi ako hanggang dyan lang. At pagdating ng araw, sa gabi sabihin ko, sinabi ko na sa inyo, anong gusto ninyo? Hindi ako Diyos. Kailangan ito hirap ng lahat. Ngayon kung gusto ninyo maniwala dyan sa komunista, kasi alam mo naman ang komunista, gustong mag-take over sa gobyerno itong Malacañan. Yun dyan sila. Armed struggle. Pinapadaan sa armas. If that is what you want, magpatalo kayo dyan sa mga ganon, sasama-sama kayo, edi kayo. Total, pagdating ng panahon, ako may savings ako, kabili ako ng bigas. Kayo, edi kausapin ninyong military, magkunsabo kayo ni season. Basta yung yellow na yan, may grupo dyan, nakadikit kay season. At si Trillanes may personal contact. Alam na ng military yan. Kaya ninyong mga, gusto ninyo, mayroong intelligence yan, every unit. Tanungin ninyo kung ano ang nangyayari. Bakit? Gusto lang mag-take over. Bakit? Sayo, mas gwapo daw siya. Pero ang baba ng, ano man matutunan mo sa Sus Mariusep? Nung nag-ano ka sana sa Wharton, mag-seminar kagaya kay Rojas, bibili pa ako sa yan lang ang level of thinking mo. At ako pumasa dahil sa tatay ko, uy, loko-loko, hindi ka turpe. I became a lawyer 20 years after my father's death. Hindi kagaya mo, tatay mo na dyan serbisyo, ang nanay mo nag-negosyo sa Navy. Dapat malaman yan.
Sir President, balik po tayo sa ekonomiya. Yung build. Ano na po ba yung status nung? Kasi 2 years ago, excited ang lahat ng tao, maraming mga tatayo, mga struktura, yung airport natin may problema. Ano na po ba ang status nun? Meron na bang
Merong iba, nagpapatuloy na. Yung iba naman, wala. Yung iba naman, kasi ecological questions. Kung gaya ka lang mag-reclaim ka ng the whole of... it's easy to do that. Landfill lang yan punuin mo. The problem is, ang destruction sa marine life. Puno saan yung isda pupunta? Mamamatay yung marine life dyan So a lot of the marine life there would die. And they have to go further and further. Ang supply ng isda nga, yung kaya lang ng Pilipino, bagay, hindi naman ako kumakain ng baboy, ma-deplete. Sana yan sila mangisda. Ngayon, di doon na sa bandang China. Pag nahuli sila doon, it's not that easy really to. You have to maintain a balance there.
Paano po yung problema natin sa airport? Nagkaroon lang ng crash ng isa na naapektuhan ang lahat ng mga pasahero at mga airlines.
Yun, sana dapat may automatic plan A, plan B ang Clark. Tsaka ng isang lane na muna. Yung sa pasahero, dalawang lane man yan. Kung saan yung traffic, papasok sa umaga, buksan mo itong isang lane dito, pasalubong. Isang lane lang dito.
Pero meron na po bang proyekto na maaaring isipin ng tao na, malapit na yan, mag-uumpisa na. Meron na po bang ganon?
Oo. Yeah, na-award na eh.
So how soon will this project
plenty.
start?
Ramon Ang is there. Yung consortium nila sa SM. Nakita ko maganda.
Magkakaroon po ng bagong
pati
airport?
itong Sangli.
Magkakaroon ng bagong airport tayo? Sa Sangli at saka sa Bulacan.
Preparation dito, we were handling about 40 million na eh. So, another 5 years or 39, going 40. By that time, 5 years from now, talagang masikip ng Manila. But EDSA will remain. Ngayon, ang rason dyan, gusto ko nga sana unahin. Kaya ako naghingi ng emergency powers kay Ramos pati kay Core. Sabi naman nila sa Congress, oo, ilagyan sa kurakot. Sabi ko, kung ganon, wag na lang. So I never brought up the matter again. Ayaw ko na. If I prejudge, so what's the use?
Ano naman po ang ginagawa ng Panguluhan kaugnay dito sa inyong advocacy ng federalism?
Well, in the provinces, it's gaining ground. Kasi yung malayo talaga ng Maynila, historically, ang Maynila lang talaga ang pinakamaganda. Kasi binubuhos yung pera dito because it's a capital region, hindi na nga capital city. Pero yung mga, kasi marami ang mga mabibigat, bihira ka naman magkaano ng vice president, ngayon lang. Pero ako ngayon, ang sabi ko naman sa kanila, pati kay President Arroyo, ma'am, spread natin lahat, irrespective of the political color of the... Ayaw ko sa inyo, liberal yan, huwag yan. Gusto ko, sabi ko, pantay. Ratio and proportion. Ayaw ko. Isang beses lang ako dumaan dito, ayaw ko mag-iwan ng istorya na hindi maganda. Total, presidente na lang rin ako, lahat na. Sabi ko nga, yung mga sundalo, nauna sila, maraming nainggit, pati maestra. Sabi ko, sundalo, dublado ang sweldo ninyo. Alam ko na yung, pagdating ng Marawi, nandoon na yung sweldo nila. We were trying to save the money to double the salary. Tingnan mo naman kung after Marawi pa ako pumunta tapos sabihin ko na mag-increase kayo ng sweldo. Di babarilin ako ng sundalo niyan. Kaya ako, I went there 9 times. I never saw Trillanes na makipag ano lang naman sa kapwa. Sundalo niya. Magkapakain. Mabuti pa si Secretary Roque nagpunta doon, nagbigay ng hamburger. Distribute siya na. Pakita. Baski pakitang tao lang. Pakitang tao lang naman talaga yan. Kasi magdala siya ng baril doon. Ako, pumunta ako doon, kinakausap ko yung mga tropa. At hindi ako nagpapalakas. No? Ano mo bakit? Sabihin ko sa military. Hindi ako nagpapalakas sa inyo. Kasi hinalal akong presidente. Ngayon, kayo, may mandate kayo to protect the people and preserve the nation. Gusto niyo sirain yan, okay lang. Panahon ko, okay lang. Yung lahat na sundalo na hindi believe sa akin, di doon kayo eh. Diyan, ano kayo sa Luneta, pagupit kayo lahat, papagong kayo. Mabuti. And that is a way of showing how you respect democracy.
Now-
You disagree, you do it that way. Good.
Mr. President, I remember during the campaign, meron kayong binanggit na you're for the amendment of the Constitution, whether by Constitutional Convention or Constituent Assembly. Para ho naantala yata. Parang wala na narinig ang tao. Ano ba nangyayari dito?
It's pending. Well, there's a time for everything. I've been going around. I suppose that you cannot convince everybody at one time that federalism is good for the country. It might help. It cannot guarantee prosperity kaagad. But it might help distribute the wealth of the nation amongst the local units who contribute to the national upkeep.
Now, 2 taon na po kayo at papunta na tayo sa pangatlong taon bilang Pangulo ng Bansa. Mari po bang ibahagi niyo sa amin kung meron kayong ano pang pagnanasa o desire o wish na makamit niyo upang maisagawa niyo ang lahat ng mga nasa sa isip niyo para sa interes ng bayan?
3 years left is too short. Ngayon, ang gusto ko ngayon, kung yan na lang ang natira, ang umpisahan, yun na lang ang tatapusin ko. And of course, itong discourse of drugs. I promise the people talagang tatapusin ko yan. Tatapusin ko yan. Maniwala ka. Tatapusan ko yan.
Meron naman ho ba kayong regret during the 3 years na nandiyan kayo
Wala.
naman po?
Wala. Congress has, well, not all but appropriately extended the help. Mayroon silang mga views na nirespeto ko. Ayaw na ibigay yung emergency powers. Gusto niya ayusin ang EDSA. Sabi ko, kung ang tingin niyo sa akin gano'n, wag na lang. Ayaw ko na rin. Ayaw ko na rin. Let it be done by somebody else. Somebody else's term, not mine.
Ginoong Pangulo, nasa inyo po pagkakataon na ihayag ang inyong pang mga huling damdamin at pananalita sa ating mga kababayan.
Ito nga ngayon, ito kay Trillanes, medyo may gulo-gulo. Alam mo, si Trillanes lang naman, diktador. Wala man akong ginawa na nagpakulong ako ng tao. Matindi ako sa droga. You differentiate from a dictator, yung absolute power, at saka yung desire ko to protect your children and the country. Kaya sabi nila, diktador ako. Lahat naman yan, ang pulis naman ang inorderan kong gumawa. Ang sabi ko sa pulis, if your life is in danger, or if you yourself, the police or the soldier, are in danger of losing your life in the fight against drugs, kill them. Huwag ikaw. Manghinayang ako. At kung ikaw ang magkakaso, sinabi ko, sagot ko kayo as long as it is in the performance of YouTube. Pag nagkakaso kayo, sinabi ko, ako ang bahala. You will have the same salary. I will see to it na kikita ka pa. May sweldo ka.
Naalala ko po
Baski
tuloy.
suspendedo ka na.
Naalala po tuloy, Mr. President, yung sonnet speech nyo, nung nagdeklara kayo ng digmaan sa droga. I remember exactly what you said. Ang sabi nyo, those who will abuse their authority will have hell to pay because you are worse than criminality itself. Yun ang sabi ninyo.
Lahat naman ng pulis na pumasok nung naabutan, patay man. Pedia, ganun rin. Hindi ko lang masabi dito kung sino. Pero malaman rin ninyo yan. Noong mga pedia na namatay, sabi ko nga, kayong mauna yan. Putang ina kayo. Sabi ko, mauna kayo. Ngayon, kung kaya ninyo itong mga trabaho na ito at ipagtanggol ninyo yung bayan, Sabi ko yung sa mga sundalo ni Trillanes, if you think that he is the brightest military man thereabout, sige, magsama-sama kayo. Go. I encourage you, go to him. Ngayon na. Huwag na ninyong hintayin pa. Pakita na ninyo ngayon. At si Trillanes naman dapat magpapagong rin. Kasi yung nagsimpatya sa kanya, nagpapagong. Tignan natin kung gaano ka kintab yung mga ulo ninyo.
Mr. President, ano naman po ang mensahe niyo sa ating mga kababayan?
Well, I said, I'm trying to govern the way I promised. Una, nakinig kayo na sa Pilipinas. In the presidential debates, I was the first to finish. Why? Because messaging lang ako. Every intermission, wala nga akong mga side propaganda. Sinabi ko sa inyo, I'll fight corruption. Ginagawa ko. Alam niyo yan. The latest na tinanggal ko, general ng army. Tapos sabi ko, droga. Talagang wala akong pinatawa dito. Alam ninyo yan. Basta mag-abot tayo sa isang kanto, yun na yun. Tapos sinabi ko sa inyo, hindi ako makialam sa transaksyon sa gobyerno. Walang papel sa akin na transaksyon sa gobyerno dumadating dito sa akin. Hanggang dyan lang yan sa cabinet member. It begins and ends with the cabinet member. Wala kang makitang pirma at ayaw ko. Kasi nga ang inanaw ko. Tapos sabi ko, I will talk to the enemies of the state para makatuan kay payapaan. Inumpisahan ko sa NPA, walang nangyari. Pasensya. Talagang hindi ka tanggap-tanggap yung mga proposal nila. Tapos sa BBL, lumabas na. Si Normy Suarez, naghihintay lang, mag-usap kami. Tapos sabi ko ako, hanggang trabaho lang ako. Corruption, wala kayong masabi, baski ngayon. Ni isang papel, ni isang resibo, wala akong pinirma. Ni hindi ako tumatanggap ng extra. Yung sweldo ko, diretso sa land bank, diretso sa pamilya ko. Wala akong extra perks. Representation, ganun wala. Libre sa akin, bahay pati pagkain. Yun ang akin. Nagtatrabaho lang po ako. At yung 5 promises ko, ginagawa ko, tinutupad ko talaga hanggang ngayon. Ano pang masabi ninyo sa akin? Nag-abuso ako kailan? Nagpatay ako ng tao. Marami, kriminal. Lumaban eh. Walang alam yung pulis ko, patay ng masundalo ko ang mamatay. Kung sabi mo, takutin ninyo ako na magkudita-kudita. Alam na ninyo sa command conference, sinabi ko na sa inyo. Hindi ako kailangan pilitin. Kung ayaw na ninyo, at tingin ninyo yung babae, si Lenny, mas maganda, mas mahusay, di, tuloy ninyo eh. Sige. Hinahamon ko kayo. Talaga. Kasi sawa na ako yung takot-takot. Ayaw ko ng ganon. Gawin na ninyo para matapos na. Talo-talo, di wala. Tatalon ako dyan sa Pasig River. Lalangoy ako doon. Pauwi. Kung sabihin mo, takot-takutin mo ako. I am not. Di ba sinabi ko sa inyo, mga Pilipino, in this fight, itong 5, I'm willing to put at stake my life, my honor, and the presidency itself. Hindi ako nagsasalita ng gano'n. Kaya takot-takotin ako, pagupit dyan, Mario Joseph. Umpisahan na ninyo ngayon na. Huwag na ninyong patagalin. Yung plano ninyong mag-sabotage, gano'n, sa September 21, di gawain ninyo eh. Kasi mula sabi ng, yan, ang plano nila ngayon, kung hindi lang mandala sa paputok-paputok, mag-assassinate. Kaligaya ko na lang mamatay sa kamay ninyo. At least, hindi mamatay sa sakit. Ano ba naman yung bala? Hindi ka umabot ng 1 segundo yung tiis mo dyan. O magkudita, magkudita kayo.
With that parting statement, Mr. President, papasalamat po ako sa inyo sa pagkakataon na binigay niyo upang kayo makapanayam. At ang taong bayan ay nagpapasalamat sa inyo rin sa pagbibigay daan ninyo rito upang makarating sa kanila ang inyong damdamin, ang inyong mga hinaing kung meron man, at ang inyong pasasalamat sa kanila. Marami po salamat.
Basta mag-concert ka lang palagi.
Salamat po, Mr. President.